Hisense doesn't have a service provider here in South Africa, do you plan to partner with one? How do you see yourself moving forward?
In actual fact, Cell C came on board quite recently. So,
Okay.
so Cell C came on board, and we are taking our smartphones via a few channels via Cell C. So South African customers are now in a position to purchase our products via a contract.
Okay.
So we are constantly, I mean, it's an ongoing discussion with the other operators. We are hoping that we, in the next few months, we can conclude a few agreements with the other operators. I mean, we are quite open to discussion with them, and it's a point of timing at this point. You know, we obviously have to invest a lot of time to try and get on board, and I think we've got a fantastic portfolio of smartphone products. If you look at the price points, if you look at the value proposition that we can offer the customer, I think it's going to add value in terms of the diverse product range that's sitting with the other networks. So I think it's just a matter of time before we conclude something with him.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, what always interested me about Hisense phones is the dual SIM. Do you think, I mean, I think that's great for the South African market. Do you think other brands are going to start doing that, or why do you do a dual SIM?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a legacy factor. I mean, we've obviously developed these phones in China, and there's a big demand in other markets to sort of utilize the dual SIM option. And we've brought that sort of technology to South Africa, so that's the main reason for it. Obviously, the way it's perceived by the market, and specifically the guys that are offering it on contract, they see it a bit differently. But I think more and more there's sort of an uptake in it, and I think I'm not going to say that for the other OEMs it's going to be the future, or for the way the operators see it, but I think there's obviously a space for dual SIM to play in the South African market.
Okay, now I have to ask you about this. The US government recently accused Chinese companies, one of them being Huawei, of implanting malware into network devices in order to spy on US companies. Now, how does Hisense ensure that consumers are protected in that sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing is Hisense is a publicly traded company, both on the Hong Kong stock market and on the Shanghai stock market. So we have to run a highly transparent corporation. And, you know, with all the institutional investment into Hisense from a publicly traded point of view, if anything like that comes out, it will affect the business. And we understand that we have to run it you know, from a governance point of view, we have to run it in a sound governance approach, and we also have to obviously be highly transparent. And if you're not transparent in business nowadays, it will affect your ability to perform in the market. So that's the way we see it. We are very confident that you know, we are not interested in doing things like that. We are interested to build quality products that's able to sell in the market. That's our objective.